What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. No, it's been a while since I posted. I've only done that one other time. It was during my college finals. I just haven't had a day off in like a couple weeks. So finally I have a day. I'm going to release a few videos. Like, there's going to be different gameplay videos updated from a bunch of decks that I've played over the course of the past, couple months. So expect probably 3 today, and then I'll get back to regular content schedule, starting tomorrow after that, which is good. One of the more popular decks that I've done that I really didn't even know until recently, or I guess I didn't realize, was this True Draco Eldlich Monarch. This deck is insane. I love this deck so much. As soon as Cursed Eldland becomes affordable, this deck's going to be unstoppable. Anyways, the best part about it is everything replaces itself. True Draco, obviously, continual advantage. The Eldlich stuff, just, if you guys have been following the lineage, you'll know this, but the card ratios are really great. So the thing is, this deck profile is up. I have not changed it, so maybe I'll put it. I'll probably put it in the comments, and I'll pin it on the top if you guys really want to see it. So I have a negate here, and I have destroy a face-up card, which is really good. And obviously the the Scarlet Sanguine's going to replace itself. The Conquistador will too. So I can banish the Scarlet to get something else. And since he activated a card, I can just get another monster. Because it seemed like I think I only had like 4 cards at the end of my first turn. And now look how fast it's kind of climbing up here. Yeah, it's pretty tough to fight through Shadalls, right? Because the idea is, if you attack into it, you're just kind of playing into his whole game. But at the same time, he would just flip it during his turn anyways, too. So you might as well just try to burn through everything he has in his deck. Most time people's Shadal count's pretty small, and it's great against, this is the best part about playing against Shadal, obviously, is you're not going to give them any sort of advantage. They're going to always have to use cards from their hand, which is obviously not that good. I can negate the Shadal Fusion, I don't know. He'd probably go into a Construct since he has the Frame Driver in his hand. If he activates another card, I'm going to be able to Tribute Summon during this turn, right, which is really nice. Also get another monster, just so you don't draw them too, which is always good. I think I went for a risky move here. I was gonna try to. I was thinking about maybe tributing with the Apocalypse to destroy his Hedgehog, but he ended up not using it for Shadal Fusion anyways. I didn't know what he had in his hand, right? But these aren't special summon monsters, so I'll be fine because it would auto. Yeah, he probably thought, I can just attack it. That, or he's trying to go for the trap card, but I also have a way to get rid of that too. And they're water monsters. They're not dark, so I don't think those are the kind of types that Shadalls normally go into. I played these all in competitive, so at least people are playing seriously. DDD, I don't know, man. I don't know why you'd play Heavy Storm Duster in DDD, but it's more like a control version. I don't know. We'll go through his deck and see. So he's not playing the way that I used to play. I did a couple combo tutorials back in the day. It was actually quite a long time ago, but it was more about Krishan Halley 5-Brax, and at the end you do some DDD stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, when you draw your card of Demise, obviously it's really nice, and there's no backward synergy with Eldlich too. You don't really even need to. If you can just get into the trap card, this is obviously very nice. I'm gonna get rid of his Synchro here. I don't really even know what it does. I think it prevents from targeting, so get rid of that now. He can put it into his Pendulum Zone, which is okay. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and reduce the attack. It goes for the red reboot, which it's just you don't really want to use that against this deck unless you're sure that you're going to kill your opponent. He's got the Lost Wind. I guess he kind of feels pretty good about that because he's got the Heavy Storm, but it's not good to destroy a whole bunch of these. You also get advantage from that too. It's a tough deck to stop, honestly, because he destroys the Apocalypse, so that's obviously going to help me get a pop and just free up spaces on my field. And then the Scarlet Sanguine, of course, replaces itself too. And I can use the effect of the Golden Lord, from the graveyard, to send Heritage to the graveyard to destroy a spell and trap. And then he destroyed my Pantheism with the Heavy Storm, so obviously I'm just going to go ahead and get Domain. So he can't summon from the extra deck anymore. Basically, he can't Pendulum Summon. 2 of my True Draco cards were destroyed that turn and went to the graveyard, so I can draw 2 cards. That's quite nice, obviously. There aren't really a lot of bad matchups with this deck at all. Like, okay, this is a burn deck. We'll see how that works out for him. Another card of demise, never a bad thing. So let's see what I have. Okay, I mean, I think I have 2 of these, right? 2 heritage, which is fine, especially considering what he's playing at this point. Okay, Ring of Destruction, that's fine. Now I kind of get the idea, right? Because of Chain Energy. It's a little too slow. I think you'd rather play... I mean, I'm going to guess he has a Mystic Mine in his deck. Probably like full copies of it. If he doesn't, he's a fool. Oh, why would you not? I want to talk to this person again. But I can go ahead and probably get rid of his trap guard here. Or, yeah, I can send that there. That's fine. I don't know why I didn't tribute summon to get rid of this. Oh, I guess I probably used heritage before during this turn, so it doesn't matter. Heritage and get rid of the back row. It's like, okay, chain energy. I already know what it is, so he's just going to quit out, and there's nothing he can do. But, I mean, here's, like, you know, some more traditional stuff. He's got, like, 3 hand traps, Book of Moon during the start, too. But I didn't even give him a chance to activate any of these. And now he's got Magical Meltdown. And plus I have the negate. So, like, anything else, like, I feel is, like, super threatening, obviously, I'm just not going to worry about. He can't go into the extra deck, so Alistair just essentially does nothing. I'm going to let that effect go through. Save my negate for something pretty decent. Even though he books a moon this, I still control a tribute summon monster, so it doesn't have to be face up or anything like that. And triple tactical talents comes down, and now he has nothing else. Alright, moving on to a little match I had with Necroz. Pretty interesting. It's an interesting matchup because he doesn't really go into his extra deck, so you would think there wouldn't be an inherent advantage like on my part. So we'll see where I take this. I guess the new Trishula stuff, I don't really know how he gets into that at all, but sure, why not? Having Pot of Duality obviously helps me go way deeper into the deck. I mean, being able to use Card of Demise, Pot of Duality, and all these other cards I use in the deck with Eldlich is just so crazy. And I can just continue to get advantage, right? Because this is going to get me the spell. And since I Tribute Summoned with True King's Return, I also had the Draco Warrior in my hand. Lets me draw 2 more cards. It wasn't technically it's not the greatest thing in the world, but at the very least, whatever he summons to the field to attack me, I'll be able to kind of dodge it, and then when when it's destroyed, I can banish it from the graveyard to get more advantage. So it's really not the worst thing. I'm going to try to save the Conquistador too the best I can. I don't mind taking a little bit of damage, obviously. Trishula is obviously pretty nasty. Plus, he did tag that Pot of Duality, which is the worst part for sure. So really the key is when I'm playing Necroz in my mind, I'm like, let me just keep all the cards out of my hand. Like, I don't want any advantage at all. And I'm able to do that so well. Like, the True Draco stuff, it sets to the field. So does the True Draco. So Eldlich and True Draco don't kind of make that problem worse. And plus, I don't have to search if I don't want to, but there was one part in this duel actually where I think I make a mistake. I don't know if it was in this duel or not. I don't know why he changed Skull Knight and Dragon with Punishment, but obviously I'm going to negate that because whatever he sends to the graveyard, I'm sure will either destroy another card on my field or give him some sort of advantage. But now he's going to have to go into Unicorn, and Unicorn does absolutely nothing in my deck, other than maybe give him damage. Yeah, this is the one. This Valkyris, it ends the battle phase, but that's why I kind of kept the Conquistador just in case. Can get another Conquistador, which is always good. Special summon this bad boy. Destroy the Unicorn, but that's fine. I don't want this to be on the field. I don't know what kind of advantage that's going to give him. And I can kind of just move forward, especially if he's able to like somehow get rid of the Eldlich. I don't want to leave myself defenseless. The top deck of the Nadir is insanely stupid, but so he's going to target the back row. I'm forced to use this. I mean, who knows what he could use that for too. Ecclesia comes down. I think he's out of Dogmatic of Punishments though, which is the good part about this, because Dragma does nothing. I don't have anything in extra deck, so it can't even use its effect. It goes back into Unicorn. You can get rid of the Conquistador. That's okay. I'm actually out of Eldlich stuff at this point, but so the top deck and the Cursed Eldling kind of stinks. I haven't seen any of my True Draco stuff just quite yet. See, this is where I think I made a mistake, right? Because if he's able to go back into the Trishula, I've now given him fuel for that, and he could have banished both my Eldliches. Not my best moment, but obviously it worked out in my favor here. So now I'm like, my main goal, no matter what, is to ensure that I don't have anything in my hand. The Gamma comes in handy like way later in the duel, but I don't know. One card left. I don't know what Necroz can do with all that. Even though he has like a big life point advantage, that obviously doesn't matter at all. And I think this should be it, right? Because I can use any spell and trap, so I get rid of the field spell, and this has enough attack boosted. So when all these, this is actually lethal, which is great. Great to be able to push for game so quickly for a deck that doesn't have an extra deck, which is great. Alright, here was that first matchup. He's able to like really consistently do Unicorn and Trishula, which kind of stinks. Best part about, you know, going second, obviously, in this is that he can't use his Trishula. You have to banish one each from hand graveyard. So if any of those conditions aren't met, he can't do it. And again, I don't think he realized in game one that I don't have an extra deck, so that was a good kind of mistake by him, or to my advantage at least. And I can go into Majesty, which searches all of them, which is really great. All the True Draco monsters, I should say. Now I have the Pot of Duality. True King's Return is actually really good. When I first got it, I was like, nah, it's just decent enough. But the more I think about it here, I mean, I'm going to be able to tribute summon, obviously. On top of being able to search anything he activates, which of course he's going to activate some effect, I can just get probably the one that's a one of. Yeah, right. The True Draco Fighter, Dynamite. So now I can pop a card, and this is going to search a trap, assuming he activates at least one more effect. So I'm also going to be able to tribute summon once again, because I do already have the Majesty in hand. I can get rid of his Unicorn, Draco Fighter effect. And I can banish from the graveyard. I think he was going to try to revive the Unicorn, but I'm not sure. That was kind of my guess, because this lets you special summon or ritual summon from the graveyard too. He ended up having it in his hand, which is kind of sucks. But at this point, I've amassed so much advantage, it's like kind of insane. And plus, I'll be able to pop the Trishula too. Yeah, I feel like maybe he should have done that. I'm not sure if that actually negates it. I don't know. So he tries to set or I should say, like, switch it to defense mode. But yeah, the True Draco gives you that boosted attack, so it's not really worth anything. Other than, nope, nothing. I had enough for lethal anyways, just enough, which is kind of funny. Alright, and a couple of these will be against randoms. Probably just like a really good opening that I had. Yeah, I mean, when you're playing Rockets or whatever this thing is. Oh, it looks like maybe like a pure Rocket deck? I don't know. In any case, I mean, being able to use Pot of Duality to... He's locked out of the extra deck, and I'm going to be able to gain anything that he activates. And he gets a Cult Wing, which must really be unfortunate for him. Last duel here. He has the Ash. So again, this is a pretty darn good deck. You get triple tactical talents. He had the Ash Blossom. He has the Alistair the Invoker. There can be only one. Lots of good stuff. It's just, there's too many consistency cards, I feel like, in this deck. So I go ahead and tribute summon here, and I do have the Monarch's Erupt, so that's going to have to carry me pretty far, but the reality of the situation is that it actually is going to. I think he knew that I had the Monarch's Erupt, so Fantastical Dragon Phantasmate doesn't do anything, and then There Can Be Only One does nothing. Yeah, Ripperoni. I mean, that's pretty darn good. This is one of my favorite decks for sure. Again, I'll pin a comment of the deck profile for this. But look out for the video later today. I think I'm going to do Raid Raptors next. I'm getting some final preparations for that ready, but I'll have it out. That way I can just get a lot of videos, get some more gameplay. I haven't done it in a while, and have a good day. But other than that, that's going to do it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.